world of virtualization. So now let's have a look what is virtualization. It is a term that refers to the various techniques of creating a virtual version of something such as virtual hardware platform or virtual operating system. Now hardware virtualization refers to the creation of a virtual machine that looks like a real computer with an operating system. Now software executed on this virtual machine is separated from the underlying hardware resources. For example, a computer that is running Microsoft Windows operating system may host a virtual machine that may look like a computer that is having Ubuntu Linux operating system. Now Ubuntu based software can be run on the virtual machine. Now let's have a logical definition of virtual machine. It is something using multiple operating system in a single machine simultaneously. As you look on the screen, there is a diagram, there is a layer of hardware, then there is a host operating system that could be any operating system, and then there is a software that can be used to implement the concept of virtualization is building a layer called as virtual layer, and on the topmost layer you can see there are a number of guest operating system. That is something we call as virtualization. Now why do we need virtualization? Very first advantage is single user. Let us say you have an XP operating system and you want to run any another operating system that could be Linux, Sun Solaris, Fedora, Ubuntu or Mac. The next is, if you do not trust security of one operating system or of some applications, then you can easily use it in virtual environment. Then another is, you can save cost of hardware by using multiple operating system in a single machine. Now let's have a look on advantages of virtualization. Very first advantage is run multiple operating systems on one physical machine. Another is divide system resources between virtual machines. Next one, entire state of the virtual machine can be saved to files. And the last one and the main advantage is move and copy virtual machines as easily as moving and copying files. Now let's have a look on the software required to install the concept of virtualization, and there are some softwares like VirtualBox, VM Player, Virtual PC and VMware Workstation that is commercial. So let's have a look how to use concept of virtualization, how to create your own virtual machine and how to work on virtual machines, and the software that I would be demonstrating you here is VirtualBox. So let us start with VirtualBox. Let us open a VirtualBox first. This is a software, VirtualBox, a product from Oracle. Let's come to the menu bar. There are some options, like very first option is here, file, having some virtual media manager, import appliance, export appliance, preferences, exit, then machine, new, to create new virtual machine, to add existing machine, and there are lots of settings. Even you can clone your virtual machine, remove virtual machine, group virtual machine, and to start any virtual machine. The next is help, having some help related to virtual machine softwares. So let's come to machine, and there is a very first option, new. Click on new. The moment you will click on new, you will get a new option, create virtual machine. You need to specify a new virtual machine name, like let us specify a new virtual machine name. After that, type which type of operating system you are going to install, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Sun Solaris, BSD, Mac operating system or any other operating system. Let's have an example for Microsoft Windows. Selecting for the version, which version you want to select. Let it be Windows XP. Asking for the memory size. The best part in the virtualization is even you can customize your hardware by yourself. It is asking to customize the hardware, specifically memory. It's only in my hand. I can increase it, I can decrease it according to need. So here I'll be using RAM as a 512 MB RAM, because right now I'm using Windows XP virtual machine and Windows XP doesn't need that much amount of RAM, and 512 MB RAM is sufficient for Windows XP machine. However, if you are using any higher version of Windows like Windows 7 or Windows 8, you need to increase the size of RAM in that case. After this, asking for the hard drive, and by default a radio button is selected. Create a virtual machine hardware now. Now click on create. After clicking on create, it is asking for the file location. Specify the location. It could be anywhere on the desktop, on the C drive, D drive, or E drive, or F drive. Now let me select the location as a E drive. Click on save and click on create. The moment I have clicked on create, you can see I have got a new option on the left side panel as a Sulabh's machine. Now I need to boot this machine from a operating system bootable disk. So I'll right click on this machine. There is an option settings. Click on settings. The moment you have clicked on settings, I have got some another options, and let us click on here storage. On the storage option, you can see a disk is here and it is showing empty, and a pop-up message has been displayed, no medium selected, and you can also change this while the machine is running. So what I'll do here, I'll select this file, come to this disk option and choose a virtual CD DVD disk file. Click on this option. Let us select the image file or ISO file of your operating system, Windows XP in this case, and click on OK. The moment you have clicked on OK, you can have a look on the storage part. It is having an option Windows XP CD is inserted in this machine. Select this machine and click on start. Now again click on OK. The moment you have clicked on OK, you can see a new platform has been started, and I have got a new screen here displaying my message Windows setup. I believe कि ये ऑप्शन आपने काफ़ी बार देखा होगा, आपसे काफ़ी बार पूछा जाता है. आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग दिस स्टेप, ऑप्शन आपके सामने आएगा. सेटअप इज फॉर्मेटिंग द हार्ड डिस्क, सेटअप इज कॉपिंग द फाइल, सिस्टम रीस्टार्ट, टाइम जोन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर पासवर्ड, और आपके पास सिस्टम बूट कर जाता है. सेम स्टेप्स आपको आज भी परफॉर्म करने हैं और आपके पास एक नई वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट हो जाएगी. क्लोज दिस वर्चुअल मशीन, देन विल मूव अहेड एंड लेट अस सी होता क्या है. लेट मी क्लोज इट. Now we are already having a virtual machine in which I have installed Windows XP operating system with the name of Kairon virtual machine. Now what I'll do, I'll select the file and click on start. The moment you have clicked on start, again I have got the similar pop-up message as we were getting it earlier. Click on OK. Same screen, Oracle product, VirtualBox. Getting an option, press any key to boot from CD. Now we do not want to boot from CD, so I have not pressed any key right now, and you can see here. Again click on OK. Go to the welcome screen. And now I believe hopefully a new virtual machine will be started. As you look on the screen, I have got a new operating system in front of you. That is nothing, that is a fresh Windows XP operating system. Now there are lots of options. As you look on the menu bar, let's have a look. Very first option is machine. Similar options: settings, take snapshot, take screenshot, session information, disable mouse integration, insert alt control delete. You can pause this machine, you can reset it, or you can shut down it. Come to view option. Showing you option switch to full screen mode. The moment I'll click on this option switch to full screen mode, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि behind the screen which operating system we are using here. Let us click on this option, switch to full screen mode. Click on switch, and here it is. You can see here I have got the operating system in the full screen mode, and I'm having everything as a new operating system. A fresh C drive, a fresh desktop, everything is fresh here, right? Along with this, there are some other options as well. Let us see what are they. Now, another options are devices. In devices, there is an option CD DVD. You can insert any CD or DVD. USB device. If you want to plug in any pen drive, shared clipboard. You can share the clipboard process with the main machine. Drag and drop. If you want to share some files from host to guest or guest to host. Network adapters. Even you can create your virtual network here. Shared folder. Enable remote display. There are lots of options that you can use in the virtual machine that are available in the virtual platform. And the best part is आप वो सारे काम यहाँ पर कर सकते हो जो अपने रियल मशीन पर करते हो, वो सब कुछ यहाँ पर आपको अलाउ करेगा. You can make any project, you can create any virtual network, you can use any activity on the virtual machine. But the main benefit is to use behind the virtual machine is, ऐसा बहुत बार हमारे साथ होता है कि हम कभी भी कुछ नया काम करते हैं तो नया काम करते हुए कई बार हमारी मशीन्स करप्ट हो जाती हैं. But now what if I'm trying that new stuff on the virtual machine? That will not corrupt my main operating system. That will put all the bad effects only on the virtual machine. That is the main advantage of the virtual machine. So guys, I'll suggest you always use virtual machine while practicing any new stuff. And even in this training program, at maximum places we would be using the virtual machines.